Welcome to the Two Girls with Grief podcast, the holiday season edition, episode 6. We're your hosts. I'm Kendall Rogers.
I'm Rachel Dwyer. This is a special holiday series we'll be doing every Tuesday during the holiday season. We know the holidays are a hard time for grievers and wanted to create a space to share, learn, and vent with each other during what can feel like a not so jolly season. This week's episode is a little bit different. We are launching a weekly holiday challenge. Each challenge will be 1 week long, and you can follow along with us on our socials. We thought this was a good thing to focus on during the holidays because it can feel really overwhelming, sad, isolating. And we thought by doing weekly challenges, that this might be a good thing to focus on and kind of focus on keeping up your, I'd say, positivity, mental state. I think it's always good to try different things. And we thought doing it weekly versus 30 days. Sometimes I feel like 30-day challenges can feel very overwhelming when you don't complete them. Like you feel bad about yourself, you can get down on yourself. But doing these week-long ones feel a lot more doable and manageable, that you're just like, I just commit to this to a week and then see how I feel. So we're starting off by these weekly challenges. So the first one is our self-care week, and we're kicking this off on December 1st through 7. So we're also going to be posting about this on our socials as well, so you can keep up with us there, follow along, let us know how you're doing. So self-care week is basically do one thing for yourself every day from December 1 through 7 that you feel like is taking care of yourself. And that could be doing a yoga challenge and doing it. I will link some options and ideas in the show notes as well. But for example, like there's a yoga challenge on YouTube that's free, and then it's about 10 minutes every day or less. And then there's also like a meditation that it's paired with. So that one is 30 days, but you can do it for 7 days and see how you feel just doing like a short meditation and yoga every day. It could be like, oh, I'm actually going to do my gua sha every morning, or I'm going to treat myself to coffee December 1 through 7 because the holidays are really hard for me and I want to treat myself and I don't usually spend money on coffee. Like it could be something like that. You can find free options or not, but it's just something that you reward yourself every day, because sometimes you need that, especially going into December. It'll officially be December when this challenge starts. And I feel like if Turkey Day didn't get you, then just like Christmas or those holidays definitely will. So we want to start off strong with like do something that you feel like is taking care of yourself every single day, whatever that looks like. Do you have any ideas for that, Kendall? Or what
Yeah,
comes to your
something I guess like two things. Well, I'll save the other one for the our next challenge we're about to bring up. But one thing that I've been doing recently is oiling my hair. So I follow a lot of like Hispanic women and Indian women that have just like beautiful, long, strong, luscious hair. You're one of those women with like beautiful hair, and I'm so jealous. And so I've been oiling my hair, and it's just like you have to kind of put some dedication time to it. But just spending time like giving myself a head massage, like 10 minutes, and then you take a shower afterwards. But I've really enjoyed like those 10 minutes because I just like have 10 minutes to just have some like peace and quiet, or sometimes I listen to an audiobook and just like focus on giving myself a head massage, and I found it like super pleasant.
Yeah, that sounds nice. I think hair care, hair masks,
Mhm.
anything that's gonna make you feel like you're taking care of yourself, just do it for a week straight. See how you feel when you prioritize, like, doing just one thing. Because I feel
Yeah.
like we think we're gonna change overnight, and we're not. Like, you have to kinda change slowly or adapt or just not overwhelm yourself, but do one thing, and that could be, like, making sure you put lotion on your body every day because you don't usually. Like, whatever it is, just figure
Mhm.
out the one thing that'll make you feel good about yourself every day from December 1 through 7.
I am not a bath person. I'm typically a shower person, but like I can imagine myself. I always say I want to take a bath, and I never do because I always find like, well, I just don't have the time. I don't have the time to sit there and like relax. I'm like showers, is in and out. But I was like, maybe this is like a time for like me to actually like settle, take an Epsom salt bath. Like actually settle down and try and like enjoy that peace. So who knows?
Yeah, I feel like now that I'm adult and I pay for bills, baths in my own residence feels like that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
That is what I think of as, like, dollar bills just floating away, and that's not how I used to feel, but now I'm adulting, and that's how I see it. But if you don't pay for your water or you don't care,
Lucky you.
take a bath. Take a bath.
Yeah.
Don't let my adulting brain ruin this for you.
Find
Take a
joy in the
bath.
December season.
Yeah, and I think my apartment gets too cold. If I came out, I would just turn into like, into a snowman. I would just
Popsicle,
it'd
yeah.
be so cold. I would just not be able to survive. So, yeah, hot showers and then bounce.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was gonna say, yeah, so if that's your thing, I know they're relaxing, take one.
Love it. So the next one kinda, like, bouncing off the first week's challenge, but this second challenge will run from December 15th to the 21st, and it is gonna be focusing on getting ready for the day. Now that might look like making sure your outfits are planned out the day before so you feel confident in what you're wearing and not just grabbing something off, the hanger and you're on the way to work, or spending time on actually putting on makeup or trying some new like makeup looks that you've been watching on YouTube or something, trying a new hairstyle. But just the point being is like showing up, really presenting yourself in a way that you feel confident. And it just gives you that power throughout the day to get things done and to feel more confident within yourself. And so, what else do you want to add to that, Rachel?
Yeah, I mean, if you're a man, it's the same thing. Pick out a nice outfit. I know a lot of men are finally like leaning into skincare routine. So if you have one, do your morning routine, wear a nice cologne, like whatever you got, whatever makes you feel good about yourself stepping outside into the world, do that. Like it's just really to make sure that you're not hiding yourself away. I think half of the times when you just only stay in comfortable clothes, and I don't mean like that your cute outfit can't be comfortable, but I think when you're not really focusing on how you feel and how you look, it's like you can say all this stuff, and there's difference between kind of being like low maintenance versus like not getting ready or caring how you feel. I think especially during this time of year, it's like you might not shower, you might let other things fall to the side because you're just not feeling great and it feels overwhelming and it's a hard month if you lost people. So it's really just about you like hopefully you're also showering when you're getting ready, but it's really just to, like, start your day off right, get ready, do whatever that means to you, that you feel confident when you look in the mirror, that when you talk to other people, when you walk outside, you feel like your best self, and I think there is something about that that just helps you get into the right mood. It helps you take the first step, and hopefully for the rest of the day, you'll feel stronger with whatever else comes your way, but at least you know, like, I did the first step of, like, taking care of myself and taking the time to pick out an outfit and all these things. I think there is power in doing that. So,
Yeah,
get
and
ready
maybe
every
it's
week.
like during self-care week, you're wearing your sweats because it's comfortable and it's cold outside, but then the next week, it's like you have a couple holiday parties coming up and you wanna look cute, and I think everybody agrees winter clothes are just more stylish than summer clothes,
They
like, it's
really
just a
are.
fact. Clothes are cuter, you can accessorize better, you've got coats that you can finally pull out. So, like,
Yeah.
really
Men
leaning
in
into
coats also
that.
look great.
Oh, snaps to that, men in coats.
Men in boots, like
Yeah, just, like,
this is an
pull
ad.
stop with the basketball shorts.
Definitely for guys, don't wear that out for this week. No basketball shorts, no Adam Sandler looks.
No,
That can happen week 1 through 7 when you're doing self-care, but it cannot happen 15 to 21. No.
we better not see him on the streets.
Yeah. Yeah, and honestly, tag us, like, post it on social if you feel comfortable, tag us, let us know how you're doing. Definitely would love to see all the fits, and yeah, definitely no Adam Sandler looks, please,
Agreed.
for this challenge. Any other time, go for it, but not for this challenge. So, for this next one, it's gonna happen during December 22nd through 28th, so it's gonna be through the Christmas season. So this one's really about, like, trying to find something to make you happy, and by that, our idea is, like, to find a new holiday tradition. So, I think the holidays, especially Christmas, Christmas Eve, whatever day was bigger for you and your family, can feel really tough, and I think if you focus on kind of bringing something new to something old that doesn't feel right, can make it feel a little bit better. For me, I think it's that thing where, your old life doesn't really feel like it fits, and sometimes people in your life don't feel like they fit, and hopefully that's temporary, but it's like you've just been through this really difficult thing. So trying to just go back into the world and act normal and act like everything is back to normal when you've completely changed, when your whole everything has changed, like, that's really difficult. So for me, I have a hard time just kind of going back to traditions because I just notice what's missing.
Yeah.
For me, that is the hardest part. So for me, it's like finding new things. So I've said so many times, like maybe for you, it's like making a dish in their honor, or maybe it's like you're going to book a trip for the holidays. I think it's a little late to do that for this, but maybe it's like a day trip. Like if there's a cute town by you that might have like cute lights or something, like go do that, or like go to a new neighborhood and check out lights. Like San Francisco has a bunch of cute neighborhoods with Christmas lights out. Like maybe that'd be a new tradition I do this year. Like I don't know, like there's things that you can do, whether it's like I'm gonna get ornaments, or I'm gonna color me mine a mug, or go to a Christmas bar. Like there's things that you can do that are like I'm gonna find joy by doing this new thing, so that the old thing just doesn't feel weird, like off without the presence of who you're missing. So for this one, it's like you have the week to just either try something small every day, or it could be like you're gonna figure out like one thing to add to it, and you're gonna spend that week figuring it out, because it starts on the 22nd, so you have some time, and you have an early time now. Like you're gonna hear this on December 2nd or 3rd, I think. I'm not sure what day the calendar is, but you're gonna hear about it. So you have time to start thinking about it and start figuring out like what will feel good for you. And maybe it could be something in their honor, maybe it could be something just for you that like feels good for you, and start thinking about that and add that. And maybe it's like you're going to start with a smaller version this year, and then next year like that actually felt good that I did something different, and I'm going to do something bigger next year. Maybe it gets that conversation and that process started early, so that by next year you figure out like, oh, I'm going to try something else that I think might actually be even better for me. But I think for me, starting something new has helped me a lot during the holidays. It's not perfect, but it's helped. But do you have anything to add to that, Kendall?
Yeah, yeah, for myself, like, I think one thing I've been trying to do is incorporate, like, movie marathons. I know a lot of people do these around the holidays. Mine will probably be Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter, one of the 2, but watching that over the span, like, enough so I'm watching it on Christmas Day itself and, like, something to look forward to. Um, Other things is like, right now I'm really into chess. I'm learning how to play chess. I'm playing with my brother, and fun fact, Thanksgiving week is known as Chess Week around the world, so if
Oh,
you're a chess enthusiast. But,
to who?
to other people that don't celebrate Thanksgiving. And so that's something I'm doing this week is a new tradition, is, like, I was telling my brother, like, "We should play just chess more, on the week of Thanksgiving. Like, if it's chess week around the world, why don't we start doing this together?" And so trying to find things like that where we could do also over, um, the Christmas holiday break as well. Just something to look forward to and kinda build anticipation, and, like, something that you like, little things that you could do every day.
Yeah, that's something with your family. It's an activity. I've had one good game of chess in my entire life, so
I've yet to have that good game of chess, so don't you fret.
I feel like I've peaked. Like same thing with pool. I feel like I've had like one good game of pool, and that is never repeated. It's just like that one game, and ever since then, it's like you had one shot. If you kept going with that one day, maybe it's like you could have been a pro.
Yeah,
What do you call it? I don't even know what you call the. I don't know. But anyway, that ship passed, and I had one good day. So that's
that's all you need.
all I need. My one day of glory, and it's gone. But yeah,
In our final challenge for December, and it's a shorter week, it's December 29th through the 31st. And we want to encourage you this week to start brainstorming and envisioning how you want 2025 to look like. And we're going to do another episode in the future more focused on this conversation, but you can do smaller things right now during this week and during this challenge, like journaling every day on how you want 2025 to look, and dream big, think positively. I know if you have lost somebody in the past year, you're probably saying like, this was the worst year of my life. Everybody says it, New Year's resolutions. I'm not really a resolutions person, but I am someone who likes to think like, this could be a good year. I can make it a really good year if I really want to. And I think Rachel's kind of on the same page of, envisioning and hoping to manifest these things into actuality and reality for you. Because, like, if you're listening to this podcast, you're probably a griever and you've experienced pain and hardship, but you do deserve still good things in your life. You still deserve joy and magical things to happen for you.
I think what happens is that people end up writing like, I want these 10 things to happen as my New Year's resolutions for 2025, and then they fall off because it's like you're trying so hard to commit to like 10 new habits or 10, new things, and we're human. It's really hard. You can't change overnight. I think something more productive would honestly be reading like, how do you want to feel about 2025? What do you want to be feeling into that? You want to feel safe. You want to feel like, if even it's like, I feel like weight loss is like the universal what everyone says on New Year's, but maybe
Yeah.
it's like, I'm not going to focus on weight loss. I'm going to focus on that I'm gonna spend more time outdoors. I'm gonna go for walks. I'm gonna make sure that I get my outdoors time because that's, like, really good for you to get outside and not just stay, inside. Like, to get perspective, it's like you need to be outside in the world. So maybe you're like, "I'm gonna make sure that I walk more, and I'm gonna nourish my body, and I wanna feel great by the things that I eat." I think it could be different in the way that you think about it and focus about it, and it could be like, "I want to feel better about my grief in some way," or, "I want to feel like in a new." I don't think there's stages of grief, but, like, in a new space in your grief, or, you wanna feel like you're making positive steps in your grief, and I think that that can be really important. I think for me and Kendall this year, we made really big steps with our grief, and it was years later, but by joining a grief support group and starting the podcast and really forming, like, a grief community, I think has been super helpful for us, and I think I had wanted that to be something in 2024, but I don't think I realized how big it would be for me in 2024. So I think that's stuff that I'm gonna be thinking about for 2025 as well. And like Kendall said, it's like you can make the changes for yourself. You know, Sometimes the thing like what makes it happen is just like you, even if you miss it for a day, you get back up. You keep trying, you keep doing something else because it doesn't have to be January 1st. It can be January 5th. It can be January
Yeah.
6th. It could be February 25th, which is my birthday. It could be any day that you want to, like, start over and start fresh and start making changes for your life and how you're feeling. So the last challenge is really just gonna be kind of getting you, I feel like, in the stepping stones of starting to think about, like, what you want your 2025 to look. We're gonna do another episode on the 31st that's gonna be focused more on discussing this more in depth and what things that we're envisioning for 2025, the things that we're working for, how we want our 2020, how we want our 2025 to feel, and different supplies that we're gonna use to do that. So we're gonna share that all on the 31st. But since it is like a short week until January, we wanted to get you to start thinking about it now and start thinking about like what you need. So that challenge will be kind of just putting you in that headspace, and then you can kind of wrap it in a bow when we do the episode on the 31st. End the year with us, with us kind of going over our visions for 2025, and hopefully help you do that for yourself as well, which I think is important. I don't think it's as like New Year's resolution-y important, but I think every year you get is a blessing, which I think sometimes you forget to think about because with grief, sometimes it's like, does it even matter that I'm here anymore?
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's a common feeling, but we are blessed to still be here. We're blessed to still be living. We're blessed to get to live a life in their honor. So I think it's important to try to make the life that you live on this earth the best possible, and do good things and put good things out there. So I think that's super important. This is our one shot at it. So I think it's a perfect ending challenge and then episode to match with it for the year.
100% agreed. So I'm super excited for those challenges, and we hope that you participate and join us along with them. Like always, there's resources in the show notes. And as y'all know, we have a new episode every Tuesday, and very shortly soon we will have season 2 launch. But right now we are wrapping up our holiday um, series and just helping grievers through these griefy holiday times. And then we also have our book club episodes every Monday. So if you are also looking to join along, we will have a new book club choice next week. So stay tuned.
Yeah, so you can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Two Girls with Grief Pod. So please let us know if you're doing the challenge, tag us or comment. We'd love for you to follow along. We're also going to be doing it on socials as well. You can also subscribe to our Substack as well, where we share griefy stories every 2 weeks. And we also share other fun things in there as well. We're going to kind of put more holiday stuff in the next few newsletters. And if you want to see the video versions of these episodes, you can catch them on our YouTube, which is Two Girls with Grief Pod. And lastly, if you want to, well, not lastly, the one more point of contact, you can email us at twogirlswithgrief@gmail.com. That all this will be in the show notes. But we love hearing from you. If you have questions, you want to connect, anything like that, you can email us. Oh, I also didn't say it. We have a Facebook group that you can also join. So the Facebook group we started kind of inspired by the holidays as a place for people to connect and share and really commiserate, but also support each other during the holiday. And I think a lot of people are lacking community during the holiday. So we wanted to create a space for that. So feel free to join our Facebook group. Also be linked in the show notes. And lastly, if you have appreciated our podcast, if you've gotten anything out of it, if you could like, share, subscribe to our podcast, it's really helpful when you do that. It's the best way for people to find out about our podcast. So please share, rate, subscribe, leave a review if you found it helpful. So we appreciate everyone that already has. And thank you to everyone that's going to do it after listening to my speech in this episode.
Yeah, we'll see y'all next week.
Yes, it's going to be December, which is insane.
I know. It's almost here.
Yeah. But we'll also note that if you're listening to this, Thanksgiving already happened. So I hope everyone had a good enough Thanksgiving or good Thanksgiving. Just whatever it was, I hope it was positive or somewhat positive for you.
Survivable Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever you had, I hope you found something happy about it, whether it was just the food. Like, I hope you find
Yeah.
something.
And if it's been a
But
tough holiday season, we're halfway through. We're almost
yes.
we're almost there, and it'll be over soon enough if you dread the holidays.
Yeah. So, anyway, thank you for listening, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.